Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about Roman numerals. So basically we are going to talk about Roman numerals. So what is Roman numerals and how it will be used? What are the rules to use Roman numerals? So this topic is very important. So I hope this will be helpful for you to get the correct solution by using Roman numerals. So without doing any delay, let's start. So first of all, I hope you all know what are the Roman numerals and how it will be used. So see, according to this question, Roman numerals, basically the numerals which are used by Romans is called Roman numerals. So first we will talk about what is the base of Roman numerals. So here I have written Hindu Arabic numerals and Roman numerals. What is relation between Roman numerals and Hindu Arabic numerals? So basically we are having bases of Hindu Arabic and Romans. So first of all we have to know about which number is used and which symbol is used. So Roman numerals is symbolic form. So in Hindu Arabic basically we are writing 1. In place of 1 in Roman numerals it is written I, capital I. Second base is 5. Then in place of 5 Roman numerals will be used V for van. Next base is 10 and Roman numerals will be used X. Next base is 50. For 50 in Roman numerals it will be used L. Then next base is 100. So in place of 100 in Roman numerals it is used C. Next is 500. In Roman numerals for 500 basically we will use D, capital D. And last one is 1000. In place of 1000 in Roman numerals symbol is used M. So basic difference is in Hindu Arabic you will use numbers, but in Roman we will use symbols, that is letters. So basically this one will be used, and so many rules are there. Basically students are committing mistakes when they are changing Roman numerals to Hindu Arabic or Hindu Arabic to Roman numerals. So first of all, see, first rule is, first of all you have to remember that what are the bases. So basically we will see first base is 1. So for 1 we will use I. Second base is 5. For 5 we will use V. Second base is 10 and we will use X. Next is 50. For 50 we will use H. For 50 we will use L. Next base is 100 and for 100 we will use C. And next one is 500, we will use D for 500, and 1000 we will use M for 1000. So in Hindu Arabic you can write any numerals, any numbers, but in Roman numerals basically we will write up to 1000. More than 1000 we are not unable to write the numbers. So Roman numerals are only allow us to write the numbers up to 1000. So Roman numerals are now it is not very useful because in previous we are not having Hindu Arabic, so Roman numerals are used. We are used basically, but at present it is only used for previous, that means small classes like class 5, class 6 students. They know about what is Roman numerals and they know about history of number systems. That's why we will using Roman numerals. So now we are going to talk about what are the rules. So basically we will remember that first of all you have to remember the base. What are the bases? So now I am going to talk about how to write the numbers. So first of all, see, we are having so many rules. So in Roman numerals first we are going to write, first of all you have to write up to 10. So for 1 you have to write 1 line. For 2 we have to line 2 times I. For 3 we have to write 3 times I. Now we are going to write 4. Here students get confused because they don't know the rules of the Roman numerals, because Roman numerals tells us any symbol will be repeated only 3 times. How many times? Any symbol will be repeated at 3 times, not more than 3 times. So for 4 we cannot write I 4 times. So next we will go to V, because we know that 4 can be written as 5 minus 1. So we can write I and V. So next rules I will discuss how it will be 4, because I is 1 or V is 5. So it is rules how to write. Then 5 we can write V. So I think most of the students get confused why it is written IV4 and why it is written V. V is 5 base. Similarly, when you will write 10, then you will write X. Okay. Then when you will write 20, we will write X and X. When you will write 30, we will write X, X, X. But when we will write 40, we are not having digits. So what we will do, we can write 50 minus 10. So this will be very confused. So first of all you have to talk about rules, then after we will go through the questions. So see, first rule is, for Roman numerals we are having so many rules. So first rule is, if a symbol is repeated, its value is added as many times as it occurs. That means if symbol is repeated, so value will be added. First rule. First rule is, if symbol is repeated, value will be added. That means if I will write I, then it will 1. If I will write I, then we will write 1 plus 1, it is 2. Again you will write I, that means we can write 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Similarly, if I want to write X, then you will write 10 plus 10, that is 20. So basically we will use the addition rules. This rules is called addition rules. So this is first rule, symbol is repeated, so value will be added. This is first rules. But next rule is, a symbol will be repeated how many times? So second rule will tell a symbol will be repeated maximum 3 times. At how many times it will be repeated? Only 3 times. Not more than 3 times any symbol will be repeated. So the second rule is, a symbol is not repeated more than 3 times, but the symbol V, L and D are never repeated. See here, which symbol will be repeated, which one will be not repeated. So only these symbols which one is having 1 and 0 can be repeated. The numbers, the symbols which denotes 5 or 50 or 500, that cannot be repeated. So this is also a rule. Only the numbers, the symbols which is having 1 or multiple of 1, that is multiple of 10, 1 or 0, that can be repeated. The second rule is, any symbol will be repeated 3 times. That means if I will write X, that is 30. But if you will write X 4 times, that cannot be 40. This one is wrong. So I hope this is very clear. Any symbol will be repeated maximum 3 times. Okay. Next rule, we are having next rule, that is third rule. Our third rule will explain, if a symbol of a smaller value is written to the right of a symbol of greater value, its value gets added to the value of greater symbol. That means if V is written, so V is 5. So smaller than V, we are having I is 1. So if I will write I just right to the V, then it will be added. And if I will write I just left to the V, that will be subtracted. So these are the two rules. So greater value is written, then if right side a smaller value is written, that will be added. If left side a smaller value is written, that will be subtracted. For example, you will see I have written V. So if I will write I, so it will be 5 plus 1, 6. But if I will write I left side, this is right side, so it will be added. This is left side, so it will be subtracted. So 5 minus 1, 4. I hope this is very clear. This is V base and this is right side. So right side will be added and this is left side, so it will be subtracted. Similarly, we can write X. If I will write X I, so it will be 10 plus 2, 12. But if I will write Ix, so what it will be? 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. So this one is very simple rule. If greater value is X, I is smaller. So I have written I and I. Right side, it will be added. Here I have written I left side, it will be subtracted. So this one is third rule, in which the value will depends when you will add, when you will subtract. For example, see, if I have written L, so L means 50. If I will write here X, right side, so what it will be? 50 plus 10 is equal to 60. But if I will write L and X left side, see, this is left side, this is right side. So just before it will be subtracted. 50 minus 10 is equal to 40. So I hope this is very clear and I hope you will understand. If a smaller value will be written left side, it will be subtracted. If a smaller value will be written right side, it will be added. Our next rule is the symbol V, L and D are never written to the left of a symbol of greater value. That is V, L and D, that is V is 5, L is 50 and D is 500 are never subtracted. Here I have written, if I will write left side, it will be subtracted. If I will write the smaller value, right side, it will be added. But next rule is V, L and D, that is V, L and D cannot be subtracted. Remember that these are not the multiples of 10. That's why it cannot be subtracted. For example, if you want to write 5, see, if I will write X and V, that will be added, no problem. 10 plus 5, it will be 15. But you also tell, when you will subtract, if you will write X and V left side, it will be subtracted. That means 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. No, it is completely wrong. Because V, that is 5, L, that is 50 and D, that is 500 cannot be subtracted. Only 1, 10, 100 and 1000 can be subtracted. So multiples of 10 can be subtracted. So this one you have to remember that this is the fourth rule. V, L and D cannot be subtracted. So now let us summarize all the rules. What are the rules of Roman numerals? So basically, what are the base? I, V, X, L, C, D and M. These are the bases. That is, in Hindu Arabic you will tell 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, 500 and 1000. So these are the base. But 5, 50 and 500 cannot be repeated and cannot be subtracted. So basic rules is, when we are going to write the Roman numerals, so we are having question, how to write 7. We can write 5 plus 2, we will write V, I. So always you have to use plus rules or minus rules. Only we are having two rules. It depends on nearest about. So 5 is nearest to 7, so you have to use base 5. If you want to write 8, so what you will use? V, I, because it is 5 plus 3, 8. Then after, because I is repeated 3 times, now we cannot write 9 as V, I 4 times. So what we will do? Next greater value is 10. So you have to subtract 1 from the 10, you will get 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. So always you have to remember that the number which one will be repeated, so only I is can be repeated, X can be repeated, C can be repeated and M can be repeated. V, L and D cannot be repeated. Next is V, L and D cannot be subtracted. That means we cannot write X, V. That means Vx means not 5, it is incorrect because for 5 you are already having V. So V, L and D cannot be subtracted. This is wrong rules. So I hope this method is very useful, and only I which can be multiplied or repeated, I, X, C and M. These numbers will be repeated, that is the multiples of C, multiples of 10, or multiples of 10 you cannot say, we can say combination of 1 and 0 will be only repeated. So this one you have to remember that. If you want to write 3000, so how we will write? We can write M, M and M. This is 3000. We are not able to write more than thousands, that is 3000s. We cannot write 10,000 by using Roman numerals. So now we are going to talk about how to write the Roman numerals. So always you have to use plus rules, and base always you have to remember what are the bases will be used. So now we are going to talk about our worksheet. In worksheet it is given write the Roman numbers for each of the following. For question we are having few questions we are going to take. Write in Roman numerals. So question is given 33. So first of all you have to write 30. 30 is our base, and then you will write 3. So see, this one will be addition 3. So first you have to write 30. X, 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 I. This is 33. You have to use the addition rules. Question number B, we are having 500. So for 500 I think you all know we are having symbol. For 5 we are having D. So only you have to write the D. Next question we are having 48. So see how to write 48. So we can write 40 plus 8. For 40 you already know we are having L minus 10 X, or 8 we have to add. So see, this L is greater value. L is greater. Before L, that is left side, it will be subtracted. This one is right side, that will be added. So how we have written? We have written 50 minus 10 plus 8. So it will be 48. So left side will be subtracted, right side will be added. So I think you all know left is minus, right is plus. Greater value is L. So always it will be depends on greater value. Next question we are having 95. How to write 95? So how to write 95? First of all you have to write 90. So how we will get 90? And then after we will write 5. So for 90 we are having greater value C, 100. From 100 if you will subtract 10, it will come 90, and then after we will add 5. So it will be XCV. C is our base, 10 is subtracted and 5 is added. So it will be 95. So I hope this method is very useful. Now we are going to talk about, if you want to write 95 like 100 minus 5, then it will be correct or not. Basically here you will see we have written 95, so we have written 90 plus 5. But we can also tell why we cannot write 100 minus 5 is equal to also 95. So many students get confused. This is also correct. But see, C means 100. If I will write V, left side it will be subtracted. So I think it will be 95 according to you, but this one is wrong because you have already studied V, L and D cannot be subtracted. Cannot be subtracted. That means cannot be written left side of greater value. So this one you have to remember it. This 95 is definitely 100% wrong. So whenever you will write the Roman numerals, remember that all the 4 rules, our first rules, second rules, third rules and fourth rules. So first rules will tell what are the bases, how to use. That means if a symbol is repeated, that means the value of symbol will be added. First rule will tell what is first rule. If symbol is repeated, the value will be added. But which symbol will be repeated? Always you have to remember. I will be repeated, X will be repeated, C will be repeated and M will be repeated. Only this one will be repeated because this is the combination of 1 and 0. So this can be repeated. What will be not repeated? V, L and D cannot repeated. Cannot be repeated. So remember it, this is our first rules. Which one will be repeated, which cannot be repeated. So if you want to write 3, we can write I. If you want to write 30, we can write X. If you want to write 300, we can write C. If you want to write 3000, we can write M. But if you want to write 150, we cannot repeat L. You cannot repeat B or you cannot repeat D. This is our first rules. I hope this is very useful. Next one is next rule. Our next rules explain that this is repetition portion. Okay. Then second rule will tell if its symbol is repeated, then the symbol will not repeated more than 3 times. That means if we are going to repeat IXCM, so that cannot be repeated more than 3 times. This is maximum 3 times. We can write 2 times or 1 times, 3 times, but we cannot write 4 times. If you want to write late, we can want to write 400. We cannot write C and C. This is 100% wrong. This one will be incorrect. So we cannot repeat more than 3 times. So this is our second rules. And which symbol will not repeated? V, L and D cannot be repeated. Next, our third rule is if a symbol written just left to the larger value, then it will be subtracted. Remember that here you have written large value, large, just left, it will be minus, that means subtracted. If you will write right side, so it will be plus. Remember that this is our third rule. For example, right, I have written C and then after I am writing X left side and here I am writing V right side. So what it will be? This is C. C means 100. I have written left side X, so we can subtract 10. I have written right side V, so we can add 5. So what it will be? 95. So when value is written left side, it will be subtracted, and when value is written right side, it will be added. But remember that here V, L and D cannot be written. Remember that cannot be written left side. That means V, L and D cannot be written in left side. We cannot write V, L, or that means we cannot write C or V. Here I have written C, here I have written V. So we will tell 100 minus 5, it is 95. So it is wrong, because we cannot write V in left side. Either L we cannot write in left side, D we also not write in left side. So I hope it is clear. Only I, X, C and M will be written in left side if it is possible. Now our next rule is if a symbol of a smaller value is written to the left, a symbol or greater value, its value is subtracted. So this rule we have already completed here. Our fifth rule is the symbol V, L and D are never written to the left. This one is also repeated, and V, L and D are never subtracted. So these are the 4-5 rules That means if you want to write C you have written, we cannot write here V. Or if we will tell C is written, here you want to write L, so it is also wrong. You have written here let M, and if you want to subtract here, you want to tell subtract D. So these are the, here you will tell C minus B, that is 95. You will tell C minus L, it is 50, and here you will tell 1000 minus 500, that is 500. So these are all incorrect, because this cannot be written in left side. It will be right side, but in left side it cannot be written. So I hope these rules are very useful, and I hope you all have understand. And if you are new in this channel, please like, share and subscribe the channel. So this video is very helpful for you all the students who are going to deal with Roman numerals. So like, subscribe, share the channel, and if you want to see the educational video, please go to description. You will get the link of so many videos we have already prepared.